there's so many things going on right now with the holidays. We're easily distracted by all the stuff happening. And there was a video that went viral this last week talking about how the ATF is now allowing gun shop owners to sell firearms to illegal aliens and asylum seekers. And this has pretty much been confirmed to be true now. And so what I want to talk about is that and also some of these other articles. But before we get into it, let's talk about PerfectPickler.com. You can pick up your own home vegetable fermentation kit from PerfectPickler.com. It's the way to grow your own home-based probiotics from the comfort of your own kitchen. You know those little probiotic pill bottles that you buy at the health food stores? Those contain between 8 and 15 strains of bacteria, okay, and millions of them, or billions of them. But there's really only 8 and 15 strains, depending on which bottle you buy or how much money you spend, of bacteria that you're going to get. A recent study from 2018 from the National Library of Medicine says that from one head of cabbage, you can get over 100 strains. Why is that important? Is because each strain is like its own individual specific factory that breaks down food in its own way. So that helps that food to be more easily digested and absorbed by your body. So let's compare 8 and 15 strains, 8 and 15 factories, that break down your food, or over 100 different factories to help break down your food in different ways. You would rather be able to do your own home-based probiotics through fermentation. The Master Kit, which I recommend for beginners, has included with it a recipe booklet with over a dozen recipes to help you get started. You'll find something in there that you'll like. Okay, whether you like spicy or non-spicy or all kinds of different varieties, the recipes are in there. I highly recommend picking one of these up. PerfectPickler.com. Grow your own home-based probiotics. Don't spend the money on those expensive pill bottles. Okay, with that out of the way, let's take you into a few articles. Over here in Brooklyn, it says migrants are begging Brooklyn neighborhoods that voted for Trump, sparking hostility and asking for help. So they're going door to door, asking for handouts, food, cash, whatever they can get from residents. They're stationed over, or they're being placed over at a stadium in the area, but they're going miles away into different neighborhoods asking for help, just going door to door, knocking. And guys, when this stuff happens, you're basically going to see an increase in crime. If they're not given what they want, sometimes you're going to encounter individuals who will take what they want. So that's the big article over at the city.nyc. Families staying at the Floyd Bennett Field Shelter at the edge of Brooklyn are showing up at homes 4 miles away in the Marine Park neighborhood seeking food, clothes, and funds, spurring both online vitriol and real-world help. To repeat that article over at the New York Post, Migrants. It says, migrants at NYC's Floyd Bennett Field are begging for money, food at furious locals' doorsteps. It's being called an invasion. And so this is happening as more stories are emerging about all of this happening today. And then over at the Washington Post, this article, migrant crisis spreads to a remote mountain town as winter descends. Carbondale, Colorado. This small mountain town sits at 6,000 feet above sea level, 25 minutes from an interstate and 700 miles from the U.S.-Mexico border. But it is a new front line in a crisis spreading and straining local governments across the country. At the town hall blocks away, Carbondale Board of Trustees agreed to devote half of its meeting room to bringing in newcomers out of the cold, even as they worried that doing so might draw others to a town with a bare-bones staff, no homeless shelter, and no houses for sale under $1 million. So you've got all that going on, and then meanwhile, just the other day, this video goes viral.
So my husband owns a gun shop, and he just called me to tell me that the ATF has made updates to their background check policy, and effective today, they give an exemption to illegal immigrants to be able to purchase firearms. Now, this strangely coincides with California, New York, and Chicago making it legal for illegals to be police officers. Tell me our government isn't about to pull some shenanigans without telling me our government's about to pull some shenanigans.
So I saw that video and a number of things come to mind, especially in the last few days. I keep seeing the same phrase being used over and over again by the liberal media and even Joe Biden himself. Don't you know, immigrants are a gift. These asylum seekers are a gift. These refugees are a gift.
It is not a burden. It's a gift.
Come on, man. I keep hearing that over and over again. And the only thing that comes to my mind is Tomeo de Neos et dona ferentes. Timeo Dineos et dona ferentes. That means I fear the Greeks even when they bring gifts. It's one of the, I've said before on my channel, I like memorizing famous quotes. That was a quote that was written by Virgil, the poet, about 2,000 years ago. And it was in reference to the city of Troy and the Battle of Troy that was written by Homer in the story of the Iliad. All that to say, if you don't remember the story of Troy and the Trojan horse, it was this Trojan horse is seen as a gift to Troy, and inside of it were hidden a number of Greek soldiers who in the middle of the night came out and destroyed the city. And so here we have all of these immigrants coming over the border, and our politicians trying to tell you, this is a gift. It's a gift to us. It's a gift to our country. And now, meanwhile, they're now arming the gift. Yeah, that's what we're doing right now. We're arming the gift. And I keep thinking about all of these Chinese soldiers, well, military-age males, coming across our border by the tens, if not hundreds of thousands, that have been reported. And now they're legally allowed to buy firearms, and they're legally allowed to apply to be police officers in some of these liberal cities and enforce laws on actual legal citizens. It can't get more upside down than this. This is absolute insanity, which makes me believe this is intentional. This is meant to destroy our country. That's the sole purpose of this. All of the insanity we're seeing right now. And is it a giant plan? Maybe. But I think the reality is we have so turned from what is morally correct. We have so destroyed our moral compass in this country that, it comes down to blessings and curses. Blessings and curses. You will be blessed if you keep my commandments, and you will be cursed if you do not. And the reality is, when you turn your back so much and you destroy your moral compass so much from what God commands to be right and true, destruction is inevitable. Whether you plan for it or it's just going to happen. I don't want to get into all that as much as I want to. I don't want to get into that. My point being is that there is a reality you need to face. I have said many times on my channel, get your family, find a hole, and crawl down in it. And get ready to withstand what is coming. Because it is coming. And I don't believe if there was some sort of activation by some unknown country of these cells, they're not going to attack a lot of people. They're going to attack a lot of infrastructure to bring this country down so that those countries out there can get whatever they strategically want to get done. Okay? Does that make sense? Just be ready. Stay away from large crowds. Stay away from populated places. Get out of the cities, and prepare, plan, get food. I think our time is limited. I think that this move by the ATF and our administration is meant to even the odds. Oh, we can't take away the guns from these right-wing extremists, these horrible conservatives, although we've tried, and so many of these things that the ATF has tried to enact have been struck down in the courts. Instead, we'll try to even the odds a little bit by allowing the immigrants, these refugees, these asylum seekers, to go into the gun stores and buy their own guns and arm these Chinese men or whoever else, these Iranians, these whatever they're coming from. Give them guns. That's what I see happening. I don't know for sure. Again, I'm just trying to watch and see everything the way it is and make plans accordingly. I ask you to do the same. It's a gift. It's a gift. Don't you know? Look at this great gift that we're being given. Timeo Dineos et dona ferentes. What do you guys think? Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And also, check out our merchandise, PerfectPickcom. Also, our Stupid Should Hurt shirt. If we had more hurt in this world, we'd have an awful, awful lot less asylum seekers buying legal firearms in our store. You can find our shirt linked in the description below. Stupid Should Hurt. Check it out below. All right. See you next time in the Homestead. Bye. 2023 is almost over, and a recent Bloomberg article states that the central bank gold buying binge around the world is bigger than anyone previously thought. And in mid-November of 2023, the Dutch central bank admits that it is ready for a new gold standard, having equalized all of its gold reserves relative to its GDP. Like it or not, everyone in the world's banking sectors understands that the U.S. reserve currency status is going to fail. The US dollar today is not backed up by anything of value, and that now includes oil. In fact, our national debt is now larger than our entire GDP. Just the interest alone on our debt is larger than our entire military budget, and it's only getting bigger. Congress won't stop spending money, and the Fed won't stop printing money. The smart money around the world is moving to gold and silver, and you can too. AmericanGoldEscape.com can help. If you have money and cash reserves banked away, or if you have savings in a 401k or IRA, and you want to move that money to physical gold and silver, AmericanGoldEscape.com will begin that process for you. This company has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and will answer any questions you have about safeguarding your wealth. Time is running out. Do not wait any longer to visit AmericanGoldEscape.com. Link is in the description below.
Hey guys, did you know you can become a patron of an American Homestead? They get access to private videos, and we send them gifts from the homestead that we make here on the homestead. And we also enter our patrons into special giveaways that are only available to them. And before you go, please check out these other great videos. Go ahead, click. I'll wait.